In this simple demo, we'll see how to use radio buttons in JavaFX. We'll create three simple radio buttons, as you see here, credit card, cash, and coupon. They will be put in one toggle group. Toggle group makes them as a group, and only one of them can be selected at a time. We will also add some action or event handlers to these clicks. Let's see in code what we did. I first created three radio buttons. One is called credit, cash, and coupon. I put them here so I can have a scope to them if I create a private method or a method outside the start method. Border panel, normal, and then I create a box, pane for radio buttons. Set the padding and insets for 5. Now I'll create the first radio button, new radio button, credit card, this is the title. RB cash, new radio button cash, coupon, and the text is coupon. Now, how to add all of them to the box panel, this one. Pane for radio button, get children, add all. I added all of them in the same order. Now, if you do not do the next step, let me remove the code and show you what happens here. I will run without that code. The radio buttons now were added, created. However, they are not part of one group. So they need to be a part of the same toggle group to avoid this. So what you need to do is create what we call a toggle group. Just give it a name. It's very simple. Just create a toggle group. Then for each of the radio buttons, set toggle group and give it the group name for each of them. So RB credit, set toggle group, set toggle group, set toggle group. That's it. Let me run the code now and show you the difference. Now only one of them can be selected. Now let's see some event handling. Let's say RB credit, similar to RB credit, for example, here, dot, set on action. I can say event, e, sys out, very simple thing, credit card. So this is going to print only on the terminal. Let me just see this one here, remove the semicolon. Let me see how this is going to be handled. Now, if I click on credit card, let's see the output here. We see credit card. Okay, let's see if I click on cash, coupon, credit card again. So every time you click on credit card, you will see this. So this is how you handle the events of clicking any radio button. Let me just do the same thing here. Of course, in your code, you will do real things. I'm just showing you how to just handle this. RB credit, RB cash, and RB coupon. So I'll just make it cash, and this one will be, I'll just use the same text in the title. Run one more time. Let me just close one open window. Here we see it, cash. We see cash output, hopefully. Let us see. I see more than one window open. Let me just close this. And coupon, credit card, cash, coupon, credit card. You can even call a method or whatever thing you want to do. If you want to handle all of them in one method, that's fine. You can create whatever method here, private. It does not have to be private. Handle, click, and this is going to be action event. E. So you do whatever you do inside here. Let me just import the void action event. Okay, let's see here. Import action event from JavaFX. Make sure it's not AWT. Okay, now inside here, You can do one by one here. Of course, let me show you what I'm gonna do here. I will say handle click, and I'll send the event to it. Okay, that's it for all of them. If you want one method, that's it. Much better even. Let's see, remove this. So whenever you click it, you will go to one method. And if you want in that method, you can, inside the method here, you can do whatever you can say. For example, if RB credit dot is selected, so you do something else. If you want one method, you don't have to do it this way. RB cache again dot is selected. You do another thing, and else this should be if else finally you're gonna do the coupon. So I'm gonna say here sysout credit and just output some message here sysout.cache and else sysout.coupon. So I call the method with an event and I check which one is selected. Let us see the output here. Run. Coupon, cache, credit card, coupon, cache, credit card. You can make any changes, of course, on the code. So simply create number of radio buttons, make them in one toggle group, set toggle group, then set on action and do whatever you want. Whether you do it inline, separate class, anonymous class, or even lambda expressions. That's it. In this example, we see a combo demo, how to use a combo box in JavaFX. This is only the basic. There are so many advanced ways of doing this, but it's a good starting code here. Let's see what we're going to see at the end. Here we have a combo box. Credit card, cash, coupon. The same example you have seen before using radio buttons. So when you click one of them, you can check which one is selected and do some method. Let's see the code. Combo box, and this is going to be strings. There are many advanced ways of how to do this. I'll call the combo box of strings. Payment option. Payment option, a new combo box. That's fine. Get items, add all. So how to add items? Very simple now. These things can be also received from an array list of objects, array list of other things. So here, add all, credit card, cash, and coupon. These are strings only directly. Okay. Then if you want the first one to be selected, you can say get selection method and select first. You don't have to do this actually. I'll comment it now. Let us see if we run it, whether first one will be selected or no. If you want the first one to be selected or the most common one, use it. If you don't want it, that's it. Now see, nothing is selected. So here I can select one now and you see something happens. Now, pane set top, this is only putting the combo box in the top part of the border pane. Now let's do some actions. Same thing again, but how to get which one? Students usually suffer how to know which one is selected. So here I will say switch payment options. You know, in Java, switch can work with strings. So switch payment options, get value. It's all about get value. So to know which item is selected, you can say get value. Of course, there are other things, yani. So now, if it's credit card, you do something and break. If it's cash, you do something and break. If it's coupon, you do something and break. You don't have to do it this way. You can just call a method. If you call a method, that's fine. We did this previously. I can put the same code there. I'll create the method here again, action event, private, void, handle, click, action event again, and event, and that's it. I'll close this now. Import action event, make sure it's from FX, not from AWT. Tamam. I'll take this code, by the way. Okay, but I need to call the method here. Payment options, dot set on action event and handle click with the event. That's it. I'll take this code, I'll steal it from here, go there inside, put it here. Okay, already, okay, I'll say now just get option, tamam. Here, switch, that's it. Switch, okay. Let's see now. Switch payment option, get value. Do whatever, call any method, do anything. It's just get value. It's all about get value. How to add items to the combo box? You just add items here now. Credit card, same code now, but different organization or handling. How to add items? It's add all. If it's a string here, we can see advanced things later. How to listen to events, set on action. How to know which item selected in the combo box is get value. This value can be a student ID, can be anything, can be the string, can be text, can be whatever. So it's all about add item, get items, add all. And here we have set on action. Then it's all about get value to know which item has been selected. That's all about it. This time we're going to see combo box again, but this time with what we call observable list. Handling the changes in selection is going to be different. In the previous example, I just used a string. Here I have objects in the list. Objects in the list. Look at this now. We have a person class, very simple person class here. Person has only name and age. That's it. Get name, get age, and toString only returns name. You need to pay attention to this. toString only gets a name. Let's go back to the example. So here we create what we call in JavaFX observable list of persons, of objects. Can be a student, can be any object you have done before. Then list name is people, and now this is a standard way of handling it. FX collection observable list array. This is only the thing you need to add, and no need to handle other things, because this is going to help you a lot to handle things when you change the selection. Let me show you first this. I have here a list of 3 names. When I check the name, I get the age of John from the object itself, from John object. Sally, I get the age. Tim, I get the age. So how we do this? Observable list array of the object. People, FX collections, observable array list. This is common, خلاص, that's it. Then we add to the list whatever objects. These objects are added now manually, quickly. You can read these objects from a file or input them or do whatever. So here now we are adding objects to the list. So let's see now what happens. Observable list array people. Now I create a combo of, again, what? Of person. So the list of the type and the combo box of the type. A new combo box. Now how to glue them, how to link the list of observable items to the combo box. It's all about set items. That's it. If you do this, then you have a list of objects, person in a list, and you created the combo box of person, and you set the items. You can add or remove the items later. So set items here, and here you create observable list. Now, what happens you want to do something if the user changes the selection. Let me remind you again with this code here, Sally. I want to show the name or the age of Sally. This we're gonna get the age we're gonna get from the object itself. So we will work on the properties again. Combo box get selection model. Selection model sometimes can select multiple or single items. Selected item property. I believe you know properties from previous tutorials. So if the selected item property changes, what to do? Look at this. Add listener, observable, and old person, new person. Old person is the thing that was selected. New person is the thing that you just selected. So this is it. Old item, new item. Let's see this here now. Let's see this here. If new person is not equal to null, label, which is a simple label we created, label is added here, very simple label. Set text, age, new person, which is the person you just selected here, is, and get age. So whenever we change the item selected, we set the age of the label to the age of the selected person object from the list. Again, observable list, then combo list, both are of the same type, person. How to glue them together? In the combo box, you say set items, and this will be the observable list, and that's it. Selected item property, add listener. Observable is the list, old person and new person, and this is how to handle it. If a new person is not equal to null, set age to this one. Fine. Now, what we saw in the list here, what we saw in the list is only the student name. Let me remind you here, in the list you see the name. Why only the name, and how did we get the name this? If the person class has a toString, it will get the toString and show it in the list. Let's see that here. Person class, this is the toString. I'll change it so you see that. I'll type student, for example, or person. I'll just add the word person here plus name. So now the toString of the list will return person and name. Let me run it. Now look at this. What we see is person John, person Sally, person Tim. So the toString decides what you see here. Of course, you can have advanced ways of setting this, but this is the simplest and fastest way at this stage. One more time. You create, instead of an array list of objects, you create observable list and make sure it's FX collections. Then you keep adding them, create a combo box of the same class type, both are of the same class type, how to connect them together, set items, and that's it. We will see in another tutorial how to add a new person. Now let's see what I added here. I added a few more controls in case you want to add a new person. Let's see the output here. I have name and should be age, and add a new person, name and age. I'll just correct the label title here. This is going to be age, and let's see what we're going to do. I'll create it, run. Only age is different now. So, okay, excellent. So now I'll add a name and age, and then when I click on add, it should add it to the list of persons. That's it. So I have add button here. I can say here, add btn dot set on, of course, I'm going to make it simple quickly. Set an action e dot, okay, and here, let's see what we have. I'll get the name, new name, let us say. A new name is equal to name is the field txt.getText. That's it, we have the name. Now I need the age, of course, string name. I need the age. Integer age is equal to integer dot parse integer age txt dot get text. So I have the name and the age of the student or the person. Let's see now. I can say now, I go to the list, remember here, people, add, okay. I can say here, people dot add new person, a new person, new name, and age. So this is a new person added to the list. Let's see what happens now. Of course, I'm not doing any validation here or exceptions in case you add text instead of. So let me see, Ali, age is 33, add. Nothing happened. But here you look at the list, you see Ali. Let me add another one, Hassan. Age is 55, click add. Look at the list now, we see Hassan. That's it. Of course, you can also make delete. Delete is just removing it from the list, or delete selected item, but this is very simple way of just adding a new person or a new object. Here we are using person as an example. However, the limit is your imagination. Here I'm doing Kamal, okay, 66, and add, and you see Kamal here. So one final look at it. Create an observable list, not an array list, of person, add, remove, whatever, and then create a combo box of objects, not of strings. Set items of the combo box to the observable list. Now I added a new button, which is delete. Let us see how to delete the selected item. It doesn't have to be the selected item. You can remove any item. Here is delete. I'm not doing any action handling here. So let's see here what we're gonna do. Delete btn, set on action. Okay, event, and let's see what we're gonna do. By the way, there are so many ways how to do it. You can go first here and say, for example, okay, observable list, combo box, sorry, here, get selection model, and get selected index or item. Both are useful. So get selected index will be integer I is equal to get selected index. That's fine, good. So now you can go to the list, people, and remove the index. Remove. So you saw how to remove by I, remove index. Let's see this now, run. I selected Tim and delete. See, no Tim. Tim has been deleted by index. Let me add Ali and 44, add. Now Ali is added. I select Ali and delete. Ali is added, removed. Of course, after delete, maybe you need to reset the text field, but this is not our topic now. We talk about how to manage things. Also, you can say here, get selected item. However, get selected item will return a person. So person P is equal to get selected item. So can you remove an object? Let us see this now. So either get selected index, which returns the index. It's very easy to remove. Or get selected item. However, get selected item, you may need it for many other things. If you want to know which item is being selected. So if you want to know the object that's currently being selected, that's it. Okay, you just do this. Tamam. So now remove person. Let us see how this is going to work. Run. Let me add first one, Ali, 33, add. So now Ali is available there. Delete. If you look, Ali is not there. So I showed you how to remove by index and how to remove the object. By index, you will get an integer. And how to remove the object itself, you just go and make sure you select the object and then remove it from, you don't remove it from the combo box. You remove it from the observable list that we created before. Everything nice in combo boxes starts with having your objects in an observable list. Now, what if your data is already available in a file? Object, let's say object or text file, and you want to get them from the file, then add them to the list. That's fine. You just do whatever you learned before in IO classes. Let me first show you person here. I added some simple output to person here. Look at it. In the main method here, I created a list of persons and I saved it in an array of files. Array list of files, and then save the array list as one object in the file. The file name is persons.data. Again, it's an array list of persons, not simple persons. So the data is available there. So combo with a file, the third example here, you create the observable list, that's fine. Then you read the list as you learned before, object input stream, new file input stream, file name. You create a list of persons and you cast it, of course, and from the file, and here you do append all to the people. People, remember, people is a empty observable list. Then you create a list and you read everything from the file, and then you append them one by one. You can check them, you can filter them, you can do whatever before adding them to the observable list. After this point, that's it. Everything is the same. So the difference here is that we did not do create objects like this and added them to the list. The difference here is we get the data from a file, and this can be a method available outside, can be a utility method, can be available somewhere. But here we read a list from the file and then add all the items in the list. If you want all of them, sometimes you want to filter them. Maybe you want to get only males or females or teenagers or adults. It's up to you. Then you add whatever you want to add to the observable list. Then how to remove, delete, append, everything you have seen before. The difference here, how to just get the data from a file. Let me run and make sure everything is working fine. Of course, you can also add one more thing, that if you add persons, see here, okay, right, we get the list from the file. You can save the list to a file, same thing. You can, like you read it from a file here, you can save it to a file. Maybe if you added some more students or more persons, you can just make an object output stream and save it to a file. Everything else is the same. However, the first time I showed you this example, I made it a combo of strings. I just added some strings, no observable list. The second time, I created an observable list of objects, and the combo box is no longer made of string, it's made of objects. And I showed you how set items will set all the items of the observable list to the combo box. I also showed you how to add, delete items or persons to the list. Finally, the data was available in a file. I showed you the file in the person. And now here we read a list from the file and put all the list we read in the observable list. Then the code does not change after that. Only the way how we obtain items inside the list. That's all about it.